But tonight we're gonna start looking at Doko no Kamae. All right, everybody show me Doko no Kamae real quick. Yes, yes. So basically Shimonji. Now, there's different versions. All right, there's a version with the hands just back. There's versions with the hands back but the elbows out like this. You'll also see people who also go like this, which is technically not right. That's more of a hachimaji. All right, or Tenchin no Kamae or Hachimaji, just depending on the person who needs that hand up or that hand down. But you'll see people like this, like, oh, that's Doko no Kamae. Not really. Yeah, see over here, here. In Komogaku, though, Doko no Kamae is over here and here. And I just pass them from the face. All right, you see most of the time you actually see these in Kushin Denryu and Tagaku for the most part in terms of like actually be in the concept. But it's a not too far away from anything that's using Ishimaji. You can use Doko. Now, that being said, like, why would you want to go here to here? Like, what's actual usefulness of that? Well, if I got Matt and Arden here, and I have two guys coming at me, I'm not going to be like this with just Arden. I'm totally exposed to Matt. So what a Doko no Kamae would be is I would be here. So now I'd have that protection against that, but also I could also reach out. I could also shift. So actually it's really good against multiple attackers. You know, I could shift here and I can actually deal with two people. So Doko no Kamae is used a lot against multiple attacker scenarios. But what I want to look at it tonight is the ability to kind of draw out and use it in blocks. All right. So if I got Matt here, and I'm going to really just kind of do this in the way you can almost see it like in a kind of street fight these days. Matt's coming in and he's launching that right hand in here. He's launching that right here. I'm going to use that. I'm going to have that cover to get by this block here and then be able to deliver the shot. Okay, now is it officially Doko no Kamae? No. But if you're looking at, hey, what is a great way that I can kind of use this upper hand? Great, he comes in with that. Woof. I can get right in there. And then we're going to the shot. With an Ishimonji, that would be very tough. I'm really, that elbow's coming right back in my face. There's just no doubt about it. But this Doko can get me to cover, boom, and keep me over the top. Right there. So a couple moments, just work that technique, just kind of go outside, both sides, just using that as a cover. Warm yourself up a little bit. One of the good uses of a quick Doko, again, is to be able to cover that side. You know, when he's coming out, and it's kind of natural. Right? You just throw it out there. In this art, though, you'll see Doko used a lot more in kind of pulling people out. All right, and then the modification there. So I got him coming here, and he's throwing that right. You move it here, kind of use it that way. You know, kind of do that art, have his hand, the whole 9 yards. You can see this a little bit more later. All right, but I'm going to, and it's almost the vice versa of like a Bobi no Kamae, which Bobi no Kamae is here, or Doko no Kamae is up here. That thing can come in with Bobi and have him come in this way. But if I'm Toby now, Doko no Kamae, I'm going to, all right, so that's what we're going to work on right now. So just so, see, we're going to hear you, boom, boom, boom. Whatever you want. Okay? But put yourself in a good position to draw that out, get them off balance, and deliver a couple good strikes from the back end. Alright? I apologize. So, that's a good question. Good point. I'm not just coming straight into Matt. Matt's not off balance at all. He can totally deck me. So, I'm not taking this arm and crossing straight across Matt's arm and pushing him this way. To get to here, he's perfectly fine. I'm actually going to eat that because I'm turning right into it. So let's back up for a second. Let's break this down. So instead of taking Matt that way, I'm actually going to take him straight back this way. So as Matt comes in, I'm actually going to kind of pull him a little bit with this towards me so he runs into this. Note, I'm actually really backing here so my rotation pulls him along right into that. All right, so what I want the feeling to be is that this rotation into this Doko actually is a problem for him. All right, because that is in this other movement, but I think the angle change kind of made it look No, so what else we're doing? So one more time. So he's punching me. So if I add straight down this line, I'm going to come inside of that and you'll be running into that. Okay? All right. So you're doing what's here, you're coming up there, essentially. No. Essentially, no. Essentially not. So think of this as a conveyor belt roller in a factory. All right, you're pushing a box along, roller. I'm the roller. He's the other side of the box. I'm passing him along to this side. Oh, yeah. All right, so he's rolling right by me into this additional piece of factory, which is my elbow. Okay. Now, I'm not taking and pulling it. I'm just rotating, and he's just following right along. Okay. And you'll see guys who are very select builder who can take this and they just kind of blend right in with it. You know, and it's ridiculous because you won't even really feel it. You know, with that rotation, you'll just be off balance on the ground in 2 seconds, and it's brutally annoying. So to know this rotation and to be that roller that their arm just kind of passes by is a great trick, and that's what I'm going to look at. Yeah.
So for maximum damage, you suggest the fist or the elbow? Could you still?
It's going to be dependent on. I'm not concerned on that as much as the movement, but it's going to be dependent on their length and stuff like that. So, I mean, I could do a katan can. I could do a whole bunch of things in this position.
Right.
You know, it's going to be dependent on how much he really throws that, how much he really comes out. If he really is coming out, whoa, that's going to be an elbow all day long. If this is more just like an extended reach thing, okay, that's probably going to be more of a fist or something like that.
Okay.
So it's going to be dependent on the energy that they come with. All right, so let's really be that roller. Now, let's add that extra dimension that I added to you first. So now I'm going to do that roller thing, but I'm going to roll over here. Okay, so before, I'm not really doing anything other than just going someplace different. The feeling on him is still the same, but instead of feeling this way, he's feeling this way instead. I'm still have the same motion slow, so instead of bringing him straight back on this line, I'm going to start that rolling motion and go over here instead. And now I have other options to work. All right, so I'm just instead of going straight back, just going over here instead. Don't overthink it. Just go inside. More, but get the same feeling that you had before with that kind of rotational pull in this. Okay? Just don't mess it. Don't overthink it. So, I've been torturing you long enough. So now have some fun. You can stick a ken in there. Alright? So Matt's gonna come in. Okay, shotgun. Cool. Alright, I mean, pick a ken. Any ken. Alright? So, I mean, you can put almost all. Kakaku may be tough. Alright? I can't be tough. But all. Right in there. All of them will be pretty darn good right in there. Boshi Ken, Kopo Ken, Katan Ken, Chuki Ken. All right, Goshi Ken. I want to try it myself. Oh, that will be a fun one. All right, try it out. So Shin Ken, if they don't mind your fingers in there enough. All right, try a couple more. See how they just that transfers that hand up there. The reason I didn't start with this is because when you guys were done, it's just strapped on each other and thrown it down. Keep that rotation in there and they just have this appear. You've seen it all night that person's face is right there for the taking. Now I'm not letting it take down. But don't give this up. All right? This is what's giving you the face. All right? Just don't go mean. All right? Let it happen. Be mean with style. All right? This is one I don't teach a lot. It's very hard on a person. It can really bust up their arms, so be careful. If you don't feel like you have the control, fine, don't do it. So we're gonna look at this strength now. Maybe I really get Tuesday. This Doko kind of came a little hot. So I wasn't here back through this. I did something good, more like here. So really kind of caught me off guard. So I'm actually my Doko actually crossing over him. I'm still going to move the same way, but now I'm like, I'm opening. Now I can still work the rest of the technique this way, so it's not a problem. But what this actually does is it gives me a really cool figure four lock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually shoot this hand out as I bring this hand up and in. And It's a breaker of an arch. Matt's going down, his elbow's right there. I'm actually being nice and not being on his elbow, just so it doesn't break it, but invariably, as this, shit, can you get? I would actually be right up in here, Matt. But it'd be above your elbow, and then as that, and I would just drop you right there, or kick your leg out. Okay? This is go easy. And if when the person starts to fall, let up immediately. Don't try to take them down with this. Just when they start going, boop, just connect. So what's going on here? So Adam, I'm here. Oh, here. This natural roll of my arm kind of rolls his arm. Yep. Right? As I go over, it kind of rolls his arm. You see that? He's here. As I go over, his arm rolls. I can come back up under here. As that happens, I extend this and make this connection here. Now, Adam is in a very precarious position right now, and I'm not even doing anything to his throat. All right, kind of shock check. Oh, right in the collarbone. Okay. Really good break. Again, be nice and go kind of short under the forearm here. Invariably, I'll be more here, but have really max pressure on that elbow as I kicked his leg out and broke it. All right. But there's a lot of technique in here because there's circularity going this way, but there's also circularity going this way. All right, go super slow. And I want everyone to put themselves in a position where they can see what's happening. Everyone back behind here, please. I want everyone super slow. I want everyone to see what happens to his arm on this plane. Okay? Yeah, so. See how my arm rotates his arm that way? All from in here. Okay? Go super slow on this. Don't worry about being mean. It's just putting a lock on is shitty enough. Alright? Give it a couple shots.
So, hopefully I explained it well. So, I'm reminded of
Yep.
that. So, what we are seeing here is our the white is going, and he's coming through here, and this lock is happening. What you have to worry about is what's happening in this point in time. So, this whole line is basically what's forcing you up, right? Now, I'm going to sort of punch. So, do it here. Now, there's this plate right here. You're doing this. I want you to take this and come out. Mm-hmm. So, because you need to release this grip. And at this point, as you release it, you can do a lot of different things. You can start from here. Mm-hmm. But the key thing is you need to get out of that particular moment in time. Did that make sense? Mm-hmm. It's a small little thing. Play with it, and you'll probably try to think there will probably be other variations. But it's that little moment in time right in here.
So if you're doing it to me,
But so you're going to do it.
it'll slip out like that. Oh no.
Okay.
This.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go it.
Yep.
Yep.
Here. There.
You let him here.
Yeah.
About the clock. Yeah, I'll be in here for one time.
This one.
You want to walk, but you're doing it. I want to take a karate.
Oh, so
Another variation.
Okay.
No, Miss is absolutely correct. If Matt puts me in his lock, like if he just put me in the lock itself, it's the lock itself without this hand is nothing. I mean, you'd have to like literally jump up and down. I mean, it's not the greatest, but I'm not in really any peril because I still have my whole shoulder and everything to kind of punch and pull back against that or, do something. So I can run that pretty easily. It's his hand that's keeping me outstretched. Now this is the problem because he had a full outstretched arm to do this against. Oh. Okay. Fine. All right. And then I get that. But I need to release that stop that's keeping my arm out reached. And the side is exactly correct. Is this just Now I can go. Okay. So Matt had a very good question. Is there any trick to how to get your arm to roll? Yeah, there is. So part of it is the fact that I'm going to be kind of here. All right. Now look at Matt's hand, where it is right now. So look at where his knuckles are, where they're facing. Once I just shift my weight back, look where his hand is now. It's already half rolled because it's gone around this arc. Okay. If I just try to do this from here on this arm, it would be hard. It would be very hard. I could get into it if I were punching me in the face pretty hard for a second. So as this is here, and I shift back, number one, that gets half the roll right there. Or actually, most of it. And then release my arm to make sure that rest of it comes up in there, bury this here, and then we're good to go. So really, to get this roll, is the traversion of here to here. Just like the version from here to here pulled you out, it's now rolling on this. Gotcha. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Just 1,000 more repetitions.
It's a very nice it's a nice one to know, because chances are you might get caught off guard. You know, that punch comes in to me it's the punch comes in. Yeah. I mean, it's very reasonable to react like this in my mind. You know, probably then I got that one coming. All right. So it's not the most unreasonable thing in the world. So if he comes in with that, you know, I can get into this pretty fast. You know, and I'm evading that, I'm stopping that punch, and I'm in here, and I can get into this position pretty darn quick. You know, pretty efficiently. So that's why I like it, but it's also very, very dangerous and hard to train it.